Welcome to a quick tutorial on how to use and operate the virtual reality sepsis diagnosis game. This tutorial will cover elements like how to set up the game, how to play and control the game, how to interact with objects and menus within the game, and how to make a choice and respond to situations. Let's begin with how to set up the game. Firstly, the Napier Sepsis app should be ready installed on the phone that will be used. Once the application is located on the phone, tap it to run the game. The phone should then be inserted into the VR headset. The instructions shown on this screen demonstrate how to do this correctly. Before placing the headset on, please become acquainted with the controls that you will be using. If using a Bluetooth controller, ensure the controller is paired with the phone. To interact within the game, point the front of the controller at an item or menu and then click down on the back trigger. This will initiate a select. If only using the headset, the interaction button is located to the right side of the headset. While looking directly at an item or a menu, tapping this button with your finger will initiate a select. The headset can then be placed on your head. At this point, you will be prompted to sign in using your university email and password. Please enter these by using the on-screen keyboard and selecting Continue to proceed. Once signed in, you will be instructed to make a choice on how many scenarios you will be playing in the session. For this tutorial, we will only cover Scenario 1. The next stage will prompt you to select what patient age to diagnose. You will be told which one of these selections to make before playing the game. The game will now begin as setup is complete. You will be presented with a ward environment. Two medical practitioners are on the opposite side of the bed from you, and the patient is lying on the bed in front. The headset will allow you to look around the environment. Throughout the game, the two characters will interact and often ask you questions. It is important to listen to what they have to say.
I've had a quick look over the patient, and in my opinion, he looks very breathless.
I'll make sure that is noted. The patient is a 35-year-old male who has had flu-like symptoms for the last 10 days. Over the last 3 days, he's developed a cough and increasing shortness of breath. Here's his notes.
This is the first example of an in-game interaction. The female practitioner has handed you the patient notes. You can interact with objects within the scene by simply looking at them and clicking either the button at the side of the VR headset or by pointing the controller at it and clicking the trigger button. The symbol on the centre of the scene will appear when hovering over an object that can be interacted with. Whenever an option is unlocked in the game, the unlocked pop-up will appear to tell you to make a choice in the virtual hub. The virtual hub can be accessed at any time by either tapping the circular thumb button if you are using the Bluetooth controller or double tapping the headset button. This will bring up the main interactive menu. Within the virtual hub, you will see a list of tabs at the top. Currently, only patient notes are unlocked. As you progress in the game, gradually more tabs will be unlocked to allow you to proceed. Hovering over the tabs will show a brief description of what is in the tab and what it is used for. By selecting the Patient Notes tab, we can see the notes that the female practitioner handed to you. The Virtual Hub window can be scrolled down to reveal more of the patient notes by, if you are using the Bluetooth controller, holding down the trigger on the screen and moving your hand down or holding down the headset button and gesturing with your head downward without the controller. To put the virtual hub away, tap the circular thumb button if you are using the Bluetooth controller, or double tap the headset button.
I've just reviewed his notes. It looks like he's never been unwell like this before. He's very breathless and has a productive cough. Do you think we should do a sputum specimen and full history and examination?
I'm not sure that's a priority at the moment. What do you think?
The male practitioner has asked you a question, and the response tab has been unlocked to allow you to reply to his question. By opening the virtual hub, we can now see the response tab is unlocked. This tab will be used anytime you need to answer a question or make a response in the game. On clicking the tab, we can see the question the male practitioner asked at the top, with the direction to pick 3 options to respond to him. There is always an option to skip the question if it is too difficult to understand. For this example, we are going to select 3 incorrect options and respond to the practitioners.
Should we get an ABCDE assessment done?
As you can see, the patient's state has slightly worsened with the incorrect choice. Let's open the virtual hub and respond to the practitioners a second time. Again, for this demo's sake, we will choose the incorrect combination.
I'm very worried about this patient. We need to get a full ABCDE assessment.
The patient is now in a critical state and is visibly agitated with breathing complications. At any point, you can review any unlocked tabs to see if you are missing something within the responses. With one final incorrect selection, the patient has gone into cardiac arrest and become unresponsive. This triggers the end of the game. As every choice in the game is tracked, you can review feedback for each choice made within the game. You can see that each of the 3 incorrect choices we have made in the game are shown here, along with the correct answers to each response. The game is broken up into 5 scenarios. A breakdown of each of the scenarios can also be found off this page to further detail learning elements within the game. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and good luck with the diagnosis.